Hi, folks. This is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report. Well, a day ago, I stopped at my buddy Mike Bean, where he works at Latham in Ogdensburg. And I said, Mike, can you tell me anything about the fishing? He says, well, I've been fishing. And I said, well, tell me about it, Mike. Tell me. And he goes to his phone and he starts showing me pictures of all the crappie. Well, the pictures didn't show all of them. They showed the biggest ones that he caught. And he went out a couple days ago with his buddy and his father-in-law, and they were fishing for crappies. And I wasn't going to push him and say, well, tell me exactly where you are, because people don't want to do that. They want to have their own special spots where they know they can go and they can have the edge on anybody else. They don't want that spot to become fished by everybody, because then they feel it's not going to be as good. So Mike told me, though, he says, look, I'm in the St. Lawrence River. And he said that in that day, the three of them got their limit. So each person, now here's what becomes really important. There's new regulations out there about fishing this year from the DEC. And the DEC has gone to not only great pains to try to make the fishing, to try to make this better for all of us, make it more easier for us to follow the rules. And they've also gone to great pains to include us in conversations of what we would like to see. So let's look at the crappies that Mike was catching. This year, crappies have to be 10 inches long to keep. Now, in the past, it's been 9 inches. And believe me, there's a big difference between a 9-inch crappie and a 10-inch. Their bodies become fuller and so forth. So you got to make sure you don't keep crappies that are less than 10 inches long. Second of all, every person is allowed to keep 25 legal-size crappies a day. That's a lot of fish. I said to Mike, my goodness, you guys each got your limit. That's 75 crappies in one day. I says, my goodness, that's a lot of fish. He says, it's incredible fish fries. He says, I'll go out this time of the year, catch them when they taste the best, and it'll do me all year as far as fish dinners. It's fabulous. So this is a big deal right now. There's some incredible places. Now, he did tell me he was fishing in the St. Lawrence River, but in one of the back bays, and he wouldn't be more specific than that, and that's fine. But realize that there's a tremendous population of crappies in the St. Lawrence River. You're not going to go out in the current where you're fishing for bass in the summer and catch them. But if you can get back in these back bays, right now they're getting ready to spawn. When the water temperature reaches a certain point, then they will start that process. So they're all gathered back there. There's, oh my goodness, the numbers of them are incredible. And, you know, this is important that you realize some of these new regs. And I wanted to talk about some of the other things. You know, I can't go into all the new regulations because there's just so many. But one of the things that you should know is this year, pike and walleye season begin May 1st. Not the first Saturday in May like it's been forever and ever, but May 1st. That makes it simpler. May 1st. Just like bass season this year, instead of going and saying, well, it's going to be the third Saturday, it's going to be whatever, it's June 15th is the beginning of bass season. So it's important that if, no matter where you're going to go fishing, it's important that you check the new regulations, and you can go online and check that with the DEC. But there's going to be new regulations in terms of the number of fish you can keep, the size that those fish got to be legal. I mean, there's a lot here that we can find out. But again, I think it's most important to know that the game wardens also, their job is going to be out there enforcing these new rules. Now, I would imagine when things are new, when they have changed, a lot of times it might be instructional. They might come up to you and say, were you aware? Were you aware of this? I'm not a game warden. I don't know exactly what they're going to do. But they're not out there to hurt you. They're out there to help make this whole resource more accommodating, more joyful, and also be able to last so that we can be able to catch fish for years to come. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report.